Right, thank you. It's 7:54. President Barack Obama will deliver his first State of the Union address tomorrow night. The president has already given the American people kind of an idea of what he's going to talk about. And joining us this morning with some insight is Republican Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee. Thank you, Marsha, for being here. We appreciate it. Yeah. The president has said, at least the aides to the president have said, that he wants to refocus, not redefine his presidency during the speech tomorrow night. What do you want to hear?
Well, what I would like to hear from him is that he realizes the best economic stimulus is a job, and the economy and jobs are #1 issues for our constituents. I would also like to hear him say that it's time for government to learn to do more with less. And indeed, they could do that. The bureaucracy is out of control as far as size goes. And I would like for him to say what we anticipate he's going to say, which is he's learned that lesson that we in Tennessee know very well. When you're in a hole, stop digging. And that he has spent and spent and spent. We have record debt. We have record deficits. The burden that is put on our children and grandchildren is just appearing to be insurmountable. And I know that he's going to do the triangulation bit that, of course, President Clinton did, and he's going to talk about spending reductions, and the House is going to say, no, we're not going to do that. But, you know, Nick, I think the thing that's important here, and I think the American people are really watching this, he's talking about a spending freeze, and I commend him for doing that, but it's on 10% of the budget.
You're talking about the domestic spending freeze for 3 years.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. And while that's a good, solid first step, we need to be looking at the entire process and beginning to address this spending. And this is not just a Democrat problem, it's a Republican problem, which becomes a problem for the taxpayer. Spending in Washington is out of control, and thank goodness the American people are standing with so many of us that have been on this issue for years and saying enough is enough.
And I think the jobs seem to be the focus right now, and I think he's getting that with the poll numbers coming out recently with people saying jobs are the #1 concern right now. Do you feel like he'll focus more on jobs in tomorrow's address?
He would be well advised to focus on jobs. People are saying, where are the jobs? You've been talking about stimulus. You're saying government needs to spend this money. People know you cannot spend your way to recovery. They know that that is not going to work.
But how do you create the jobs then? Don't you have to spend a little bit to create the jobs?
There are some great things that could be done. What would happen if we eliminated cap gains tax for a period of 2 years? What would that do for a lot of our entrepreneurs and small businesses? What would happen if we eliminated withholding for 3 months and you got the full paycheck rather than getting what you are left with after government has first right of refusal on your paycheck? Eliminate withholding. Let you get the money that you earn. There are ways to incentivize this. You can choose to punish people, or you can choose to go incentives. I prefer to go the incentives route and let you keep the money that you have earned and let you put that money back into the economy. We have seen, and the American people have seen, that all of these government stimulus programs do not work. Every day we hear, where are the jobs? Where are the jobs in Tennessee? And there were all these numbers, bogus numbers of how many jobs were saved or created and what length of period of time those jobs were going to be in place.
They're saying, coming from them, they're saying anywhere from 1 million to 2 million jobs.
Well, you hear all sorts of numbers, and you've heard 3 million numbers, 3 million, and you've heard hundreds of thousands. And so the point is, when you go down the street, when you're here at home, you don't see where those jobs are. But if it is a new business that has access to credit, access to capital, and they can hire people and grow that economy, you see that kind of growth. And that is what people are wanting to see. So I would like to see him say, hey, we're in a hole, we're going to stop digging. We realize the best economic stimulus is a job. And we realize that what we have to do is put the brakes on and say, government, you're going to get less. We're actually going to cut. Not just freeze, but cut what you are getting and require you to be efficient and effective.
10 seconds here. In his first year as president, what kind of a grade would you give President Obama?
You know, I'm afraid that I would have to be putting him back in here to learn some things. Because
there's got to be some good things that you guys are...
Well, there are.
Yeah.
But I think what we have to say is jobs and economy, that has been less than a stellar performance. We want him to do well because we want our nation to succeed.
Okay. Marsha Blackburn, thank you so much for coming in here this morning. Congresswoman from Tennessee.